A beautiful good morning to you, our lovely viewers. Welcome to the Weekly Gospel with me, Amazing Katamanda. And today I'm excited about my guest because he's one person who has his hands full. When you talk about hard work, if hard work was a person, I would definitely say it would be Promise Msona, my good brother. He has his hands full and he's doing a whole lot of things. But before I get chit-chatting with him, I would like to invite you, our lovely viewers, if you want to be part and parcel of the show, go on our Facebook page. We are streaming live right now. Leave your comments there as well as your contributions, and of course if you have any queries for him, because he's the first that is known. He's an award-winning artist, so it tells you that he's a hard worker, and it's not just a local award but an international award. And of course he's doing so much, and I don't really want to get much into what he does because I want him to tell us about everything that he does. But for now, let's just get to one of his latest projects. And guess what? We were the first persons or the first TV station to premiere that video, which is titled Ikila. So let's just get to that video, and when we get back, we get chit-chatting with him, or we get to know more about him. So prepare your questions, comments, contributions. We are streaming live right now. You can also give us a call using the numbers that are on your TV screens, or send us a direct message, and we'll be more than glad to hear from you. But for now, let's just get to that video. We'll see you on the other side.
Ikila twende babiri ubushimbe bwali afya.
Ikila twende babiri Yesu niwende kabila.
Ikila twende babiri ubulofwa bwali afya.
Ikila twende babiri Yesu niwende kabila.
Ikila twende babiri chinwe chalo chali afya.
Ikila twende babiri Yesu niwende kabila.
We Yesu niwende kabila Yesu.
We Yesu niwende kabila. We Yesu Yesu tumbula.
We Yesu niwende kabila Yesu.
We Yesu niwende kabila. We Yesu Yesu tumbula.
We Yesu niwende fire Yesu.
We Yesu niwende kabila. We Yesu Yesu tumbula.
Ikatwende babiri abukashiwa bwali afya.
Ikila twende babiri Yesu niwende kabila.
Ikila twende babiri ichichalo chali afya.
Ikila twende babiri Yesu niwende kabila.
Ikatwende babiri tatae umuka mfwilwa bwali kosa.
Ikila twende babiri Yesu niwende kabila.
We Yesu niwende kabila Yesu.
We Yesu niwende kabila. We Yesu Yesu tumbula.
We Yesu niwende fire Yesu.
We Yesu niwende kabila. We Yesu Yesu tumbula. Uwabakoni Yesu.
Wikasambe miti
Uwabakoni Yesu.
eti eupela na mayanda.
Uwabakoni
on the beatbox.
And you are still watching it. It is the weekly gospel, and of course, this morning we are saying, Jesus, it's you that we want. Thank you for joining us this morning. So this is the weekly gospel with me, amazing Katamanda, and today I'm joined by Promise Msonda, who has his hands full. He's an actor, he's a musician, he's a manager, and he's also a TV host. So he has really his hands full, and he's really doing the most when it comes to promoting the gospel artist. But anyway, we'll get to know more about that. If you have any comments or contributions, make sure that you go on our Facebook page, Kamnet TV, leave your comments there, contributions. And of course, if you have any queries, you might as well just give us a call and then ask all those burning questions you've always wanted to ask him. I'm sure to some of you, he might be a new face, but to some of you, you know him. He's been in the industry for quite some time now. And yeah, he's managing one of the biggest artists, who is Taitu. Just in case you didn't know, but anyway, it's not about Taitu today, it's about him. So, Mr. Manager, Mr. Artist, Mr. TV presenter, Mr. Host, Mr. Actor, and of course, not forgetting the very important one, the best father. I crown you the best father of the moment, because you do the most when it comes to protecting your children, or just, you know, being excited about them. You're doing the most. So, best father of the year. Good to have you this morning. You're looking good.
Best father of the year.
Yes. Yeah, welcome to the Weekly Gospel. We're so glad to have you here.
It's always a pleasure to be here. I think Kamnet is doing the most.
We appreciate
it. The swimming calls. Actually, Mom was even calling me in the morning, like, yeah, I'm gonna go that side.
No,
so,
thank you, Mom. For I know you're watching, so thank you for supporting us. We are really grateful. So, I know we've had you. This is not your first time on the show. We've had you, I think maybe 2 or 3 times or so. But we just want to know, where have you been? Because for some time we haven't seen you do the most when it comes to videos. But at least I'm glad that we're having you back now. So what have you been up to? What has kept you busy?
Of course, even before I would still want to echo the sentiments that I was supposed to be here.
Yes.
I think that was immediately after the awards, which were last year in May.
Yes.
In Atlanta, Georgia. So when I won the award, I was supposed to come and feature on the show. Unfortunately, the very day for the interview, I didn't show up. Because
was it the time that you had an accident?
No, that was the other one.
Oh, okay.
So before the accident, then after the accident, I was supposed to come again. Something popped up. Later on, I was supposed to be here.
Yeah, Mr. Busy Man. That's his AKA. At least it's just for me, not you. By me.
Yeah, it's one of those things. However, I couldn't show up. Anyway, my apologies to you.
No, it's okay. Because I know after the show, we'll do the talking.
Definitely. You are always on my neck. Yeah, so otherwise, I've been up to a number of things. Yeah, I've been up to a number of things, talk about new projects. Away from that, I had at some point I had tonsillitis, which I really fought hardly and badly. Yeah, to an extent where I was almost losing my voice.
Oh,
yeah, so music-wise, it became
difficult.
It became difficult for me to go in the studio, because you would imagine I would wake up, have a studio session, but then just upon reaching the studio, our busy information, so no recording, nothing will be done. Yeah, you discover I would just spend 5 hours, nothing is done. At some point, I became a little frustrated.
I can imagine.
You know, you become so emotional. What you love doing most, you are failing to do it simply because of your health condition.
I know.
However, the Lord has been faithful. And yeah, I'm much better now.
You're much better now.
Yeah, we brought Ikila.
Yes.
Yeah, so.
We'll talk about that video later on, but I just want to know how you are managing everything. You're not only a manager of projects, but you're also managing artists. So how are you balancing? Because I see you, not that I know you like that, but at least I've had an opportunity of being around you, and I know when it comes to family, you don't play. You're always there. You're making sure that your children, yes, they are well taken care of. When it comes to work, if you have to be somewhere with your artist, you are there, you're representing. If you have to do something, you are there. So how are you managing without depriving time the other?
I think somebody said, failing to prepare is preparing to fail.
Okay.
Yeah, so like today is Saturday. I'm already putting up my schedule for next week.
Already?
Yes.
Ish.
You get.
I tap into that grace,
So before
really.
before Sunday, my wife should have already told you like
Everything,
his program for
your
next
schedule.
week is A, B, C, D.
Oh, wow.
Monday's got this, Tuesday's got this, Wednesday's got up to Friday.
Okay.
So I always have my schedule prepared 2 days before into a week.
2 days before into a week.
Yes.
That's-
So then
that's
I already have a
good.
drive on how that week is going to be. No matter what comes
Nothing
my
happens
way,
by accident.
nothing at all.
You have everything
So
planned.
if I'm kind of a programmed human being.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So I know how to divide my time. I know at what time to what time
You have to
Malumbo and
be
Chengelo
here.
needs me.
Yes.
I know at what time to what time my wife home needs me.
Yes.
I know at what time to what time my family, of course, extended mom, sisters out there, they need me. I know what time to what time my friends around needs me. And then the most important thing is that I know what time to what time I need to make money. Yeah.
Okay. The money making machine, the man that makes the money. Yeah, and we shall have some.
Oh, yeah.
But I know if you're just joining us, you are very much welcome. If you have any comments or any contributions, remember that we are live. You can either give us a call or leave your comments on our Facebook page or send us a direct message. Let's just get to know Promise.
Sure.
Msonda. I like saying Msonda because
Oh, yeah.
you know he's a Bemba person, so that means he's my mbuya or my
Oh, yeah.
cousin. Yes, but then we're not doing the chimbuya here. We're just getting to know you. So the Malumbo song, Ikila,
Ikila song.
which is a new song.
Yeah.
For some time you've been quiet, and then you've given us your reasons why you
Yeah, I
were
was
quiet.
quiet, yeah.
Yes. How was it just producing that video, the song? Was it easy because you have mentioned something about tonsillitis?
Yeah.
Of which I know at least I've
You've
had
had an
relatives.
experience
Yes,
and-
of what it is
Yeah.
and how it just affects your
Yeah.
everything. So did it have any effect on the Ikila song?
Definitely did. It did. I think it took us more than 2 months.
More than 2 months.
Yes.
Was it that was in studio or post production?
Talking about studio work.
Oh,
it took
okay.
us almost 2 months, you get. It's a thing where today you're in studio, you want to start working on something, you've got information and stuff like that. So there are all those reactions because I would react to a number of things, like a number of perfumes around. I would react to a number of foodstuffs, especially spices.
Oh,
You get.
so you don't eat spicy foods?
I've reduced because now it took me to a point where I had to bring down a number of foodstuffs.
And the way you love food.
I'm telling you, I'm not enjoying that.
Sorry.
So I had to adjust on a number of things. I had to adjust on my diet. I had to adjust on the environment as well because I need to keep warm.
Very
so somebody
true.
would be wondering, seeing me in a day, putting up maybe on a blazer or stuff, and somebody's
Just
like,
keeping warm.
"Nichipale, checha wapanga."
Eh,
It's not about
so
that.
like we know that I'm artist. Sometimes
You
you
understand,
can be
I like-
dramatic, you can be extra, you like
Somebody-
exaggerating stuff. So I'm like, oh,
Somebody was
okay.
even telling me to say, "Gentleman knows no way." That I was like, "No, it's not even about that."
You just don't
'cause
know,
If
you just don't
if you
know.
got to understand what I'm fighting, you would even cancel me like. Continue that. However, it was tough. Silas would tell you that many other times that he had to put up studio sessions for me to go record.
Then
I
you
don't show up.
Or
Sometimes I show up, but then we end up doing nothing. And then I reached a point where I was like, I even reached a point where I felt like I need to say goodbye to music.
let's talk about that, please. Then just digest.
Yeah, it got to
one.
that point because what happened was this. I'll give you an example. I've got a booking, right?
Yeah.
They need me for an event. Huge amounts of money are paid. In fact, sometimes others would make upfront payments. They'll pay you for this event. Okay, on this day we want you come through and do the singing. So much money has been deposited into your account.
Yeah.
And of course, you've already yielded into that contract. You discover that day comes, tonsillitis is on you.
Yeah.
So now, even if you go, you're not going to sing because the professionalism in you in whatever you want to do is not going to be.
It's not going to.
Yes, you're
allow
not going to give out your level best. So now, that I remember one experience I had. We had an event by Heroes Stadium, and I was actually a guest artist of that night. When I reached there, it was bad. It was terribly bad. Now imagine I had already eaten the money, and then when I reached there, they're approaching me. Okay, now just prepare yourself. After the guys doing the curtain raises, you're gonna be ministering. So now I had to call the chief organizer and tell them, say, I'm not going to sing. So now, there's a debate. It's either I don't sing, I refund. I make a
Yeah.
refund, or it's either I sing,
You sing and then.
I sing
Your
things
life
that are
is at
not
stake.
up to the
This-
bar.
yeah.
Of course, I'm degrading myself and just devaluing myself at the end of the day. Because no one, even if tomorrow I was to give out somebody my rate card, they would say like, but why is he even giving us these rates when he cannot even deliver, you understand? So it was really crucial to an extent where when I had explained, the gentleman looked at me and he said, what did you say? I said, I'm not going to be...
I can imagine how the what did you say?
What did you come to do, sir? Because you were paid
Like,
for
why
this.
are you here?
That's why I was like, yeah, I was paid for this, but I'm in a state right now that even what you paid for is not what it's going to cost me. So let me just be seated here. I'm going to pray with you people, worship with you here, but then just to
can't
command the
minister.
stage, I'm not going to manage to do that. Yeah, lucky enough, the gentleman was down to earth and he understood what I explained. So after the event, that's when I had to break out to them,
Explain,
like, okay guys, what happened is A, B, C, D. We did even the checkup there, they even saw the information, like my throat was even closing, huh? Yeah, and I had all these difficulties in breathing and stuff. Yeah, so when I went home, because my madam was actually streaming that event live. So
I was expecting you
yeah,
to
so she was telling me, saying,
minister.
you didn't sing. Did you go for the event? I was like, yes, I did. But I didn't see you singing. I was like, yeah. So what happened is ABCD. Oh, okay, cool. But then when I sat, I remember I was alone. I really had a lot of questions within me because it's something that I've prayed over and over times. I've had meetings with men of God. I have had medical checkups, of course. I was even recommended to undergo theater. Yeah, of which at some point I felt, okay, maybe undergoing theater for now can hold on a bit. We'll try to try these other remedies, home remedies and stuff. But then, by God's grace, at least I'm coming back. I'm coming back. I managed to record Ikira with this condition and situation. I
So
remember
can you
Silas
say-
at some point asking me to say, Pro, are we going to finish this project?
After the first porting, that just took place.
Procrastination every day.
Yeah.
It was really bad. It was really,
Oh.
really terrible.
But do you feel like you gave it your all? Do you feel like you sound the way you would have wanted to sound?
I've
Or
got-
you feel like you would have done better?
if I had an
you did-
opportunity to show you how many testimonies I'm getting because of this song, trust me, it's amazing.
It's
Okay?
amazing.
It's amazing. I'm even wondering, like, okay, so these testimonies. I was even asking my wife, like, I was like, you see, I recorded this song under difficult conditions, health conditions, and then it's healing some people out there. Why didn't it start with me based?
Oh, okay. Let's not go there. Let's not go there. But how is it even making you feel? Just having people say, "I've got this testimony. I've been healed from this. I've overcome this challenge just by listening to the song." How does it make you feel? Does it make you feel fulfilled?
I feel the purpose is served. Yeah. Okay, so if I look at numbers, they say, okay, it's got about 2,000 views in the last 10 days. And then out of these 2,000 people, maybe if I've gotten about 100 comments that are telling me about how this song has helped them. Like I had a text from one of the viewers, the listeners, of course, who was sharing with me to say I was actually into drugs. But when I was listening to this song, I played this song for 2 days. When I listened to it, I discovered I just need Jesus Christ in my life.
Oh, wow.
And I was like,
Powerful.
it has just saved somebody from drugs. It had saved somebody who was almost undergoing divorce. You know, just that. So a lot of things that I've heard from comments, I think what we did is with my team, I started telling them, say, get down all these testimonies, package them nicely, because I didn't need to have time for this, just to see how the Lord has ministered to his people. Of course, for me, that is feedback. That is feedback. So if I release a song today and I see what comments it's bringing tomorrow, I know what I've done. Okay, it's got support out there. It's got response out there. I've seen comments coming as far as Ghana, Nigeria.
Wow.
Because the song has got translations. So
Oh,
people are
okay.
able to delay it and they're able to flow.
Oh, okay.
Sure.
Which
So
is-
it
which
makes
is a good
me,
thing.
it really makes me feel the purpose has been served.
Awesome. Regardless of the
condition.
challenges that
Yeah.
were there
Sure.
before recording the whole song, we thank God that your music is blessing people,
Sure.
healing people, and of course just saving people from drugs, just like you have said from the other man. Let's talk about branding. You're one person that is so serious about like branding yourself, your page, your music. A lot of artists don't really understand, especially the upcoming artists. For
Sure.
the established, they already know, but
Sure.
for the upcoming artists who are watching,
Sure.
why is it so important to brand yourself in such a way that there's no negativity. Of course, the criticism is there.
Definitely.
But just, you know, branding where you just set a bar or a standard where
Sure.
people, when they look at you, they can't even say certain things around you. They can't do certain things around you. They just know. It's not about you singing, but
Yeah.
this is just who you are because you have put in so much into branding yourself.
Sure. Yeah, so I'll tell you one thing, okay? I've seen a number of people, a number of artists out there, they are flooding themselves to numbers, okay?
Yes,
Everyone
yes.
wants to have all those Ks
Numbers, yes.
and stuff, but then for what purpose? Okay? I think you've been following how the page is getting engagements every
Yes,
time.
yes.
Like, in less than 24 hours, I'm attracting at least 1,000 plus followers. So like every day, I'm getting 1,000 plus followers, 1,000. And everyone has been asking me the same question, like, where are these people coming from? Are you doing the boostings or what? I'm not
Yeah.
doing that. I'm not spending money to do that.
At least now I've seen, because when you say you boost, it always shows there
It's
to
just
say sponsored.
sponsored,
But
okay.
they are,
But for
you,
me,
you
it's
don't.
just organic, okay? Already we are running towards 120,000 followers.
And that's a
and
lot.
of course,
That's a whole lot.
I've got more than 35 million impressions. I've got more than 25,000 people reached, 25 million people reached on Facebook. So why am I taking it so serious? One, I've always taken myself, in as much as I'm a minister of the gospel, I am a businessman.
Yeah.
Away from that, I have also taken this to me as a profession. It's a career,
Ah.
which I cannot run away from. But then the question is, what value is it holding? You see, if today I'm going to show somebody my rate card and they see the figures which are there, it should complement each other with the way somebody's looking at me. So somebody, if he's going to log into my social platforms and just look at the picture, even if they had an average setup for me, they would say, I think we are dealing with a person.
An international artist.
The international uncle dad, you understand? So I've really taken it so much serious because for me it's an investment. I'm investing in it.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, it's paying off. It's paying off. It's taking Malumbo to school. It's feeding Chengero at home, my wife as well, including the way I'm looking. It's music. Yeah.
Ah, okay. Which is a good thing. So now let's talk about you as a minister of God. You're into music.
Sure.
But you also have artists who are doing music that you're managing.
Oh, yeah.
How easy is it? Because sometimes I would feel like this is just me. Not that that's your case.
Or-
I'm a presenter.
Yeah.
Promoting my fellow presenters sometimes can be very difficult.
Definitely.
Not that it's impossible.
Definitely.
It can be done. But sometimes you just feel like, you know what, maybe I need to push myself first before I can actually start pushing other people. But for you, you are doing well as a minister of God, as an artist, but you're also managing other artists.
Yeah.
Don't you sometimes maybe feel like, I need to give me more attention before I can even start promoting these people that I'm promoting, or even managing these people that you're managing?
One wise man said, do not put all eggs in one basket. Because if that basket will fall,
You're doomed.
to be a Titanic ship. Okay?
Yeah.
So a wise man on earth believes in branching.
Yeah.
You get it? So what it is for me is I'm not doing it alone. Yeah. If I'm gonna call it a one-hand man job,
Then you're
then I'm a
lying.
liar. You get? So of course I'm under Afrogop.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm actually serving for Afrogop as the artist manager and the marketing manager at the same time.
Oh, okay.
So this contract actually came after the awards in the US.
Oh, okay.
So when I won the Best International Gospel Video of the Year in 2022 with my song Faith of God, then I was given this contract to manage artists as well as marketing Afrogop. And I should be proud to see at least one of the artists under the management is even nominated for the USA Awards. So already that is an achievement.
Yeah, it is.
But then, so like talking about what you mentioned of
Sometimes it can be a conflict. Like, okay, I'm also doing this. Then I'm promoting somebody who's doing the same thing when I have to, like, you know, build myself first before I can actually, because
I always tell people one thing. We cannot all be the Elijahs of this world.
No.
There should be that Elisha somewhere. We cannot all be the Moses of this world.
No,
You get? At least there should be that Aaron out there.
There should be a Joshua.
Yeah,
there
there
should
should
be a
be
Miriam.
Joshua. There should be people always to take after you. Your desire is, if you are desiring growth, to whom are you desiring it for? Okay, I know whatever I'm doing now, it's going to benefit more of my kids, more of my wife, maybe, and my family. But then the question is about people out there that are following what I'm doing. How am I helping them out? You get? So for me, it's not about self-interest. Yeah, it can be there. But the truth of the matter is this: I have always moved with a golden rule: do unto others what you would love them to do unto you. I'll be glad to tell you on screen that some of us, we never found it easy to get to where we are. That's the more reason why even some figures out there, people that you can point out to say, why don't you work with that one? Why don't you work with that one? We cannot, sometimes we cannot work with them now, for considering the fact from where we're coming from, they were not available. So there are some people that are always available to dance with you at your glorious level, you understand? But in the struggling moments, they are not available. Trust me.
And
So
you can't just bring
you
them
gain a certain
in.
level,
Okay.
a certain level of achievement, you see them resurface. You see them complimenting you. But then believing in you, whilst you are in those roots and stuff, it's hard. Yeah. So for me, it's a passion that I have to see others move with me. I think if I'm going to be alone on top, it's not safe.
No, it's
What
not.
if I fall? Who's going to remain there? But if we're going to be 5 of us there, if 2 of us fall, at least we've got 3 standing there.
Yeah.
Besides that, whatever I'm doing now, because the Bible says you shall reap
What you saw.
what you sow. So what I'm sowing now is kindness, it's love, it's greatness. And I would want to see, even when I'm long gone, the generation after me should truly say, our dad, our father, our forefather, our grandfather,
Yeah, our grandpa.
made a very good ladder for us.
No, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
So we recommend you for doing that. To the viewers, if you're just joining us, this is the Weekly Gospel with me, Amazing Katamanda, and I'm joined by Promise Msonda. If you have any queries or contributions, feel free to call the numbers that are on your TV screens or leave us a text message, a direct text message, or you can go on our Facebook page right now. Leave your comments and your contributions, and don't forget to share the live stream so that as many people can see it, and they can also learn some of the do's and don'ts when it comes to music and managing your career. Because these days now we understand that music is not just for entertainment, but
Definitely.
you make a career out of it,
Definitely.
and a lot of people are doing that. They've made a career out of it, and they're doing well for themselves. We can hear, for lack of better term, Promise bragging to say at least he's feeding his children with what he's
Definitely.
doing. So meaning you can earn a living out of music. So make sure that you tell your friends to tell their friends to tell their friends that we are live at Camden TV, and let's just get to learn some of the information that you will need even as you are getting into this career called music, or just any other career, because whatever knowledge that is being shared here is not just meant for the artists, musical artists, but anybody else. You can still apply some of these principles that are being taught on this platform. Okay, so now you have talked about how you just love helping other people, how you feel. This is not what you said, but it's just me who's understood it this way. You feel fulfilled when others are also
Others are
doing
rising
well.
up, yeah.
You also believe in doing unto others what you want them to do unto
Definitely.
you. Talking about that, do you think other artists, especially those that have gone ahead, do you think they are making it easy for the upcoming artists to grow or to make music or even just work with them?
There's been a trend of camps. Okay, so this group will have its own group.
Yes,
This
yes,
group
yes.
will have its own group. I think we are coming with a different narrative where we are breaking those.
Yes.
You understand? I think if we are doing it for God, if we are doing it for humanity, there should be no need for us to build camps.
Yeah.
This is not a football pitch.
No.
Where this one needs to be putting on green, this one needs to put on yellow, this one needs to put on red.
Ah.
You get? This is, it's a complementary kind of stuff. Okay? Two are better than what? One. That's what the Bible says. You understand? So now, if you come to understand how this whole thing has been for some time, check. We've seen names that have been standing for time and time.
Yes, time and time again.
But then if we look at, let us go back and begin to look, where have they invested? In which other artists have they raised? up. In case if they were to move from that bench, who is going to take it over?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll be glad to mention names like Kings. Huh? Let us talk about a number of artists that Kings has groomed out there.
He's groomed.
Even if today he's walking on the streets, trust me, he deserves the applause. He deserves the applause because look at the number of artists he has raised. Under his influence, his grace is carrying. You get? You may not like him, you may dislike him at some point, but the fact is that the gentleman, the servant of God, he's done whatever he could just to make sure that others are brought on scene.
Yeah.
Others are discovering what they are good at. You understand? So for me, I recommend such men as great men.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we need to go on a break. So that is your camera. I need you to introduce the song that brought the award to Zambia. So that is your camera. Please do this.
So this is a beautiful tune, a beautiful video that actually brought your international uncle daddy right here. And it's entitled Faith of God. Yeah, so I should make mention that this video won the Best International Gospel Video of the Year 2022 in Atlanta, Georgia in the Hip Hop Gospel Awards. Yeah, I was nominated actually in about 4 categories and we managed to bring 1 back home. Yeah,
Okay.
I mean 1 award was brought back home from all the way in Atlanta, Georgia to Lusaka, Zambia. And yeah, right in the comfort zones of your homes, on your screens, here is Faith of God by Promise.
Everything you say to me shall come to pass, 'cause you never lie. Everything you promised me shall come to pass, 'cause you never lie. I worship a God who's faithful. Yes, I worship a God who never lies. Yes, I worship a God who's faithful. I worship God who never lies. Everything, yes, everything
You
that you
say
say to me,
shall come to pass, 'cause you
yes, everything, oh, everything
you
that you promised me, my God.
shall come to pass, 'cause you
Oh, I worship
God who's faithful.
who is faithful.
I worship
I worship,
God who never lies.
yes, I worship
God who's faithful.
who is so faithful.
I worship
I worship,
God who never lies.
yes, I worship
God who's
a
faithful.
God who is faithful.
I worship
I worship,
God who never
oh
lies.
yes, I worship
God who's faithful.
who is so faithful.
I worship God who never lies.
For all the promises of God, in Him I hear, and in Him, amen. And to the glory of God by us, they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. And yes, they that call upon His name shall be saved. Oh, oh, I worship you, Lord. You are worthy, Lord, you are. I give you all the praise, I give you all the adoration, God, for there is none like you. I wait upon your name, God. I wait upon your name. I wait upon your name, my God. I'll gladly hold on. I'll patiently wait. As long as I'm waiting on you. As long as I'm waiting on you. I'll gladly hold on. I'll patiently wait. As long as I'm waiting on you. As long as I'm waiting on you. Sing with me to the glory of
I'll
God.
gladly hold on. I'll patiently wait.
Oh,
As long as I'm waiting
I'm
on
waiting
you.
on you.
As long as I'm waiting on
are still watching the Weekly Gospel with me, Amazing Katamanda, and I'm not alone. We are just from playing your song, an award-winning song from my guest.
Actually, the international
Promise
award-winning.
Simpson. Please remind me to say that again.
Yeah.
The international
Award-winning.
Okay, so please you can come through with your comments or contributions using the numbers that are on your TV screens, or better yet, you can go on our Facebook page, leave your comments there, and let's just get interactive. Please tell us how many people were in that category, and if you don't mind, please mention to us the names that you managed to just,
Yeah, so I contend with names like Cesar Wayan.
Ah!
I contend names with Mali Music.
You don't say.
I'm telling you, so people think it was just one of those awards. Yeah, so the awards are tagged the Hip Hop Gospel Awards. Yeah, so they're hosted by Mr. Jay Williams.
Oh.
Yeah, right in the USA, Atlanta, Georgia. Yeah, so it's one of the multi award-winning person who's hosting this, and it's got influence, I think, in more than 120 countries around the world. Yeah, so there is that. He's actually running also an app called Indie One Network. So Indie One Network is holding about 130 radio stations around the world. So all these awards, they were being broadcasted on that. Yeah, so it was,
you managed.
Yeah, I did.
Just
So I was
walk away with that.
I was
award.
actually nominated in about 4 categories.
Okay.
Yeah, I was actually nominated in about 4 categories: the best male urban artist of the year, best Southern African male artist of the year, best international gospel video of the year, and the best gospel song of the year.
And you
so
walked
I managed
away
to walk away with the best international gospel video of the year. Yeah, which was actually the most competitive group. Because we're talking about videos that have appeared on all these other TV networks, bigger networks that were contending in that. And yeah, I think I had a sign. I had a sign the time that the nominations were up and then the voting link was open. Like they gave us about a month of voting. So the public, in fact, voters were only restricted to vote once.
A day.
Yeah, so no, not really a day. Just like if you vote once,
you can't vote again.
You cannot vote again. The link closes automatically for you. Yeah, it's not like it was multiple votes and stuff. So now, when I sat, I discovered the way my phone started buzzing. Notifications, screenshots from people. Like when I just shared a lot, I saw a lot of screenshots coming. Everyone is telling me, "Say we are behind you. At least out of all these 4 categories, you're gonna get 1 or 2." And I was confident when I saw about 1,000 screenshots coming through. I was like, I think this is my season.
Yeah, season, yeah.
I remember it, even the rains came that morning. Actually, our end.
Before they announced the winner?
Yes. It was actually in the night. So that was somewhere 3. Yeah. I think 3 to 4.
Did you even sleep?
I woke up at 4 because the red carpet thing was already going on. So when I woke up, just changed to check. And then I discovered my name was everywhere. Like everyone is tagging me. Congratulations, this. I think Deborah, the MD for Africa Promotions, she actually made the official announcement. Like, Zambia, let us make noise for progress. I was like, so I actually woke up my madam like, hey, you.
Come to celebrate, not to sleep.
Baby, wake up. Wake up. I was like,
look
what?
At this.
Yeah, so I just showed her the phone. Yeah, we hugged, we prayed. She was all happy. I was happy. Yeah, and I just the very time I hit the rains, like Mbanoloka, I was like, oh, okay, I think it's about time. I woke up in the morning, still just kept on receiving messages. Yeah, of course, money was also coming from people because there are some people who are excited to an extent that
they were sending me
tips. Your number, we want to send something for you. I was like, okay, cool. So away from that, it brought about a 5-year contract under Afrigroup, like I've mentioned. Afrigroup is one of the promotion companies that is promoting artists, and it's doing the most, like taking local talents up there to the international scenes. Like I mentioned,
talent.
In the
is it just because when you talk about talents, it's like
so it's
vast.
It's vast. So we're talking about anything to do with art.
Oh, okay.
Afrigroup, we're actually also doing that.
Oh, okay.
So we're talking about music, we're talking about movies. So if, let's say you've got a movie and you would want us to distribute it for you, we can still find the market for you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we can still find the market for you outside there in the world. Yeah, we can do that. We've taken a lot of music for different artists out there. Like we are also doing, running uploads on all online stores. Talk of Boomplay, iTunes, Spotify. We're doing that as Afrigroup.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
So you're doing the most.
Of late, Zambians, especially Zambian artists, have been finding it so challenging to get their music on this.
Outside.
Yeah, out there. Especially also even on the online stores. But then with Afrigop, with the coming in of Afrigop, we are trying to make this easier for
them.
everyone.
Okay.
Where we can say, okay, Amazing has a song. We're gonna get it. We put it on our on all these channels, and of course on all these online stores, and make sure we distribute it for you, and it gets the global attention. We have Faith Zaya, who's done the song with the Caulfields from the United States. So Zaya, she's just an upcoming right here in Zambia. Yeah, who's doing tremendous, like just something nice that you've never seen. Okay. And if you're going to listen to her, trust me, you'll be amazed. So we've got Faith Zaya, we've got Shekiwe Zulu. Yes, she's actually going by the name Shekiwe Sings. And we've got also Msonda Kabwe. Msonda Kabwe is actually even the young brother to Ruben Kabwe.
Oh.
Yeah, so he's the young man that has even been nominated for the international award.
Oh,
yes.
Okay, awesome. You people are really doing the most when it comes to promoting artists.
Yeah.
But what about us presenters? Presenters. Yeah? What about us? Don't they think of us, right? But anyway, we're not talking about presenters here. No, so it's good and we recommend the job that you're doing.
Oh, yeah.
But in case for someone who's just watching and they're thinking, how can I be part, or how can I get in touch with them? How can I get my music to be supported by them so that it's heard beyond Zambian borders?
Yeah, so Afrogroup is on social media. Yeah, like I'm not going to give the number, but people can still be able to go on Facebook, search for Afrigroup, Afrigroup Promotions. They'll be able to find the page there, and then their contacts there they can contact. Away from that, they can visit the website, which is www.afrigoppromotions.com. They'll be able to find all the services that are being offered there. Besides that, people can still search for Promise on Facebook.
Oh, and then they can
yeah,
ask
and then
you.
I can still be able to attend to them and just guide them how.
Okay, so are there things that you specifically look for in an artist before you can actually?
Of course,
get
you should be an international aspiring. You get? You should be. Somebody was asking me like, how many songs have you done in English? I told them, said, okay, I've done about 4 songs, and it's amazing to learn that I got some international scenes with the vernacular songs, not the international song, like the English song that we just did, The Faith of God. Yeah. So for me, my first song, Alan Cheminina, was promoted by the Nigerians. So you can imagine if I show you messages today, they were busy telling me, say, we listen to this song like no man's business, but the only problem we have is that we can't understand. The only part we are understanding Promise in this song is my shepherd, my shepherd. The rest, we don't know what you are
saying.
So knowing that you're talking about my shepherd, we know God is involved.
Yes, yes.
But the rest of this, we don't know if we are being insulted. So I'm like, okay, cool. I'm going to be doing the translation because what I want to do is I wanted to continue giving my face. I don't want to run away from my native tongue simply because I want to give an impression of the international person.
Or because you want to sell yourself on the international market.
If I'm going to, like we took the award in the US, of course, they need to know this is Zambian. This is a Zambian guy. This is the Bemba by tribe. This is the Tonga by tribe. This is an Ila by tribe. We are taking our mother's tongue with us to the international scene. If we're going to sing the Bemba, I love what I saw Ephraim doing some other time when he was ministering in the US. He did the Bemba stuff, and these guys, they picked it.
Yes.
You understand? This is what we want to see. I don't need to go to Dallas and begin now. Even the accent changes, you see. I don't
and then when you even come back to Zambia, like, hello, what's your name? What's sign?
So that's it for me.
Okay.
My songs have mostly been promoted also by the outsiders, like talking of Ghana, Nigeria, South Africa, Westmore, Kenya. Kenya is booming up like no man's business. Yeah, so they're really supporting and doing the most. So yeah, songs, English ones are there, Bemba ones are there, Nyanja songs are there as well.
Okay. You seem like a person who has just everything figured out. Do you ever have challenges at all? And if you do, how do you like just rise above challenges?
So, like I said earlier, planning is very much important.
Very, very important.
You get it? So every time I'm putting up a song, I have an audience in my mind. I already have an audience in my mind. I know who I want to talk to. I know who I want to communicate with.
You know very well.
Yeah. So if somebody is going to tell me to say, Nyimbo zawe si mambere. You are not my audience. You are not my audience.
Yeah. It's good that you know your power and you're taking charge.
Yes, I have an audience in mind. Like I know, say, okay, this, like for example, when I did Ikira, I had, okay, I need to talk to the orphans out there that feel they've been left alone. They've got no one out there to look for them. I need to talk to the widow who is going through hard times. Let me talk to that person. How am I going to do it? Okay, I need to talk to somebody who thinks they cannot do without drugs. So I try to bring all these things. You see, a lot of people are doing promiscuous stuff simply because they're jobless. Okay? Some people, they've got good qualifications, academic qualifications, but trust me, they've got nothing to do. I felt bad at some point. I was driving through town, and then this guy, I found him selling plastics. So then I was in traffic, and then he came by the car, and then I opened the window. He said, "Boss, gunankoleka cable." So I said, "Actually, I've got a cable." He says. So he moved away from the Nyanja thing, and then he spoke to me in English, okay? Then I looked at him and said, oh, okay, let me buy the cable. Since you have explained that you don't have what to eat and whatever like that. So now I asked him, so what have you done in terms of school? Then he says, I'm actually a graduate, just from Unza here. Okay? So that triggered something in me. I'm like, oh, okay, so you're a graduate, and then you're doing this?
Selling cables.
Yes. So he tells me to say, you know, I have been into a lot of things, such that sometimes due to depression and frustrations, I even take drugs. Okay, so now, when we are bringing all that concept in the video, it's something that I've already had an encounter. You know, there are a lot of people that are going through a lot of challenges. Trust me, it's so frustrating to be educated and you're jobless. Sometimes you don't have even an opportunity to set up your own business. You get, so some minds that are lazy, sorry to say that, some minds that are lazy would result vicing into addicts and whatever, just for them to try to kill time. Because, you know, even in the society where we live today, somebody will be telling you, say, Mamba, I graduate. Sometimes even the family members will begin to be frustrating you. But then you don't know what you're doing to this person. There are minds that are strong that would contend
very true.
opposition and resistance. But then there are minds that are so weak that they cannot hold the pressure that comes with the persecutions, you know. So when I looked at him, I was like, okay, so there is need, man, for God. Okay, God is there. You should always believe. You know, he who that brought you from grade 1, necessarily, of course, grade 1, look at, he provided for you to be in the university. I had a very smooth chat with him, and I was glad to see his tears coming out, because I knew that I've spoken to his heart. And I told him, I said, okay, one day, you're going to be out of the streets. I wouldn't have any means of saying I will help you to move out of the street, but then one day you're going to be out of the street. And we really shared numbers. I shared my number with him. I said, okay, one day you're going to call me on the camera. Yeah, so of course, a lot of people are going through hell out there. Yeah.
Okay.
So there is an audience. I know that, okay, if I produce this, Katamanda will listen to it. If I produce this, Isaac, of course, is going to listen to this. I know. Yeah. And of course, if I have an audience, it keeps me moving.
Okay. You really do have like a big heart. At least I've gotten to see that other side of you. You're also into charity. Can we also talk about that?
Yeah, like we did last time. I'm a founder for Promise Dream Alive. Yeah, so this is something that I've done for over 11 years now.
11 years now.
Yeah, and I keep doing it. I keep doing it. Besides my busy schedule, but I've got time to make sure that I
visit your babies. You have a whole lot of babies.
In the daycare. Yeah, like 7 kids, you know. Just you go there, you play around with them. You know, there are all those moments. The other day I shared a short video where, because it passed some time when I visited them. Most of the time they could just send foodstuffs. I have the team with me, like from PDA. So they would go there maybe monthly. Sometimes we go there after 2 months. They would take just foodstuffs and other items. So now when I visited, all of them now just kept hugging me and stuff. So I shared that video and wow, it got overwhelming response. And then I saw some people calling me like, "What is?" Okay, you know, it's like everyone is so much attached to you. It's not about that. It's about the love that we share out there. Yeah, it's about who you introduce yourself to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So can we say you're also going to raise your kids in that way of just thinking about others and not just having to think, okay, this is
come to my
mine.
home. come to my home, the first thing that Malumbu will do, she's just actually 2 years. She will walk in her bedroom, get a packet of jiggies, come and give you.
So you're doing a great job.
You understand?
You're really
so
doing a great
already
job.
I've created an environment where my daughter, she's even able to understand. Here we share. Here we care.
There's nothing like it's mine,
You
mine, mine,
understand?
mine.
So that's the only thing she'll do. So if she comes, if there's somebody who's come out there, even if there are visitors and what, she'll count them. So if she comes to you, she'll tell you, I need the jiggies, daddy. You give her the jiggies, she'll take to one, she'll come back until all of them are finished. Then she'll tell you, say, give me mine. And then when you give her hers, she'll also ask you, open it. So that's the kind of mindset and heart I've created even in my kids.
That's so sweet. God bless you and your home for doing such a thing. Now, because time is not really on our side, can we talk about things that we should expect from you, things that we should look forward to, that you have planned for this year, because you like planning.
Oh, yeah.
So what things have you planned for
so
2023?
a lot of things have been lined up. Like we've got a number of stuffs coming up. You talked about me being a TV host.
Yeah.
Which is something that people never saw. You talked about me being an actor. Of course, some people do not even know.
They
but
don't know.
If then you're going to ask Eli Kasomo Jr., he will tell you
that
this gentleman, he would have been somewhere today if he took his acting skills seriously. Yeah, so it's been part of my background. Like church time, I did the drama, I did all that. So if it comes to acting, I'm well acquainted with that. And it's also part of my passion. And I'm actually jumping on a project called The Missing Link, yeah, which we have worked on. We've done a number of episodes. Of course, you are my wife in there. So
I didn't want people to know. I don't want it to be like a surprise when like it's
so
out.
when they hear that you are my wife in there, they should be now expectant and check. Okay. Yeah. So acting, of course, and away from that, I've got a number of few projects coming on. Like I'm back in studio again.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to relent this time around. Like I've done Ikila, it's not yet even a month old, but I'm still going back in studio, and I'm going to be working on the new project soon. Okay. So people should expect my new project very soon. Away from that, of course, the TV programs that I've mentioned, there are a few other TV shows that are coming up, which I've been called upon to be hosting. And away from that, it's actually the big event in Lusaka that is taking place next week. And guess what? So it's on the 4th.
Yes.
And one thing you didn't know, because actually you're going to be co-hosting with me. So we made actually an announcement this morning that Katamanda is going to be co-hosting with me. Yeah. So people should really be excited to see that happening. Red carpet things, of course.
Yeah.
So guess what? 4th is my birthday.
Ah, really?
Yes.
I didn't know. I honestly didn't know.
So 4th is my birthday. So we're going to have good time at Radisson Blue, where we are launching the book called Discover the Missing Links, authored by Godwin Irongo. Yeah, I'm actually the manager for this event, and I'm actually the one managing Mr. Nyirongo and the Madam.
Okay.
Yeah, so people should look out for this event. It's going to be awesome. It's a red carpet thing. It's a dinner setup, and it's going to start from 18 to 22 hours.
Okay.
For those that would want tickets, please visit us on Facebook. Our numbers are there. Details are there. They can search for Promise, like I said. They can also search for The Missing Link. Away from that, they can search for Afrigo Promotions.
Okay.
On all these platforms, we have got details that are running in and out of the day.
That will help them out.
And trust me, it's going to just be all amazing.
Ah, it will be amazing.
Like
it will be amazing, yes. And then now, you can't leave without giving us an advice. So what word of advice do you have for them young people, for them parents, that's for everybody who's watching? And of course, those that have been supporting you from day one.
Okay. I tell people one thing, dear. And this is what I tell everyone around me. To be a blessing.
Yeah, be
it's
a blessing.
A choice. And to be a curse, it's a choice.
Ah,
okay?
It is.
Read Psalms chapter 1. You would find what the Bible says. Blessed is who? You see, it defines who a blessed man is. Who does not stand in the ways of
counsel of the wicked.
You understand? In the ways of sinners, they don't find. They don't stand there. You get. They don't even find comfort in whatever that the sinner says.
Exactly.
These people are called blessed.
Amen.
Now, if you find yourself in the council of the ungodly, people that are always telling you useless things, and you are calling them friends, just know there's no opposite to this. You are cursed. if you find yourself in the ways of sin, you are cursed. If you find delight in doing wrong things, trust me, don't expect a blessing your way. So it's a choice. You have a choice to make. Do you have a choice? So that tells you who are you keeping around you. If you're going to check through my circles, then you say, oh, this is the more reason why he's even able to get the international award. You get? The reason why you're here, you're hosting this show is simply because you've got the right environment around you. You've got right people around you. So you're doing the right thing simply because you've got right people around you. So my greatest advice to somebody that is watching and listening to me out there is that do the right thing at the right time. And yes, I want to emphasize that do always remember to be a peacemaker. Very important.
No, thank you so very much, Promise, for coming through.
And thank you so very much
Thank
for coming.
you. We're looking forward to the 4th.
Oh yeah.
And of
Fourth,
course,
it's
great
gonna be-
music that will be coming. And
Sure.
the 4th, for now, we're
Sure.
focusing on the 4th.
It's a book that somebody out there just has to read.
It's good for the married.
Definitely.
For the married. Even the singles, so that
Yes.
you avoid certain
Abashim
mistakes.
Beswet, certain areas.
You avoid them. Okay, so thank you for coming through. But
Thank you
before
so
you
much.
go, I would want you to introduce your song, but let me just sign out. I would like to say thank you to the viewers for watching us, and of course not forgetting the pastors, because this whole thing wouldn't have been possible if he had not given us a platform. So Pastor Moses and Pastor Victoria Chuluba, thank you so very much for this platform that you have given us. God bless you and your home. And of course, those that have been supporting us from day one, and I know this a person who's been like constantly been supporting Pastor Omar as well. I don't know what has been happening of late. You haven't been calling us, but we wish you all the best, and we hope all is well with you and your home. And not forgetting those that were commenting on our Facebook page. Thank you so very much. To Isaac, Amos upstairs, thank you so very much, guys. I know that you put in your best, so we appreciate your efforts. For me, amazing Katamanda. I have been and I'll always be the amazing Katamanda. See you guys next week, same time, same place. But for now, Promise to sign us out.
Oh yeah. And from me, your international uncle daddy, yeah, here in the comfort zones of your home, yes, right there on your mobile phones, is
leave
a
you.
killer. I promise.
Yes. Kevin Ox to Kana TV, you know.
Emuchemi musuma, emuchemi mukala moyo Yesu. Ikila twende babiri, ubushimbe bwali afya.
Twende babiri Yesu niwende kabila.
Ikila twende babiri, ubulofwa bwali afya.
Twende babiri Yesu niwende kabila.
Ikila twende babiri, chinwe chalo chali afya.
Twende babiri Yesu niwende kabila.
We Yesu, niwende kabila Yesu.
We Yesu niwende kabila. We Yesu Yesu tumbula.
We Yesu, aniwende kabila Yesu.
We Yesu niwende kabila. We Yesu Yesu tumbula.
We Yesu, niwende fire Yesu.
We Yesu niwende kabila. We Yesu Yesu tumbula.
Ikatwende babiri abukashiwa bali afya.
Twende babiri Yesu niwende kabila.
Ikila twende babiri ichichalo chali afya.
Twende babiri Yesu niwende kabila.
Ikatwende babiri tatae umuka mfwilwa balikosa.
Twende babiri Yesu niwende kabila.
We Yesu, niwende kabila Yesu.
We Yesu niwende
Leti Yesu alawikatalamusha. Chimusa musumani Yesu, Yesu. Leti wikatalamusha Yesu. Malungo mwana wandi. Sande si mwanza. Awe chengelo mwana wandi. From a dream alive. Didier, Silas. On the beatbox.